have to dig deeper to find what will release you. This feeling that you had that left you feeling sad. There's nothing you can have outside yourself to fix it, and that's the reason why sometimes we have to cry to let it all go. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. You may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. This may be hard to take, but some things we tend to hate is not a God mistake. Placed here to be corrected. Every player has a role to make this world a whole, not for us to control. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, you may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, you may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. You may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. This feeling that you had that left you feeling sad. There's nothing you can have outside yourself to fix it, and that's the reason why sometimes we have to cry to let it all go. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. You may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. This may be hard to take, but some things we tend to hate is not a God mistake. Placed here to be corrected. Every player has a role to make this world a whole, not for us to control. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, you may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, you may have to dig deeper to find what will release you.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. Well, man, everything is an inside job. Oh my God. Oh man, I love that damn song. I heard that song recently, and it's such a banger. It's so good and it's so true, because inside yourself is where you will find the truth and the inner workings of being able to change things in your life, and then also changing the way you're looking at the thing. The thing you're looking at will change if you change the way you perceive it. Whether it be something that you want, just things in your life in general. But then the fact that it's saying everything's an inside job is very much kind of how I've been feeling about a lot of the games that are being played with money, the money games in the world, politics, the poly market, the insiders, Right now, even with, I think with World Liberty Financial, I think we're seeing some, we saw some hacks. It's always this thing, a coordinated attack was launched against USD1 this morning. Attackers hacked several World Liberty Financial co-founder accounts, paid influencers to spread FUD, and then opened up massive World Liberty Financial shorts to profit from the manufactured chaos. Well, that kind of sounds familiar. Profit from the manufactured chaos. That's interesting. Manufactured chaos, you say? Well, I think that's what's been going on, my friends, is a bit of a level of manufactured chaos. Don't you feel it? Manufactured chaos? Well, that's what we're trying to navigate here, my friends, is the truth of what is manufactured chaos. This is what they've been doing to us for years. This is what they do with the media, the mainstream media. It's what they do with events. The show, they play it like a movie, and we fall for it every time. So we have to then now get silent and tune into a frequency that is going to give us the truth. That is what I'm learning, that is the way that we're going to be able to navigate the noise. Now, this is with even the cryptocurrency markets, with what's happening geopolitically, as you've been seeing on the news, and what has been happening in Mexico. Somehow, More Light timed the absolute top of Mexico and was able to get out right before everything hit the fan. I don't know how he did it. Insane legend move. Said, I leave Mexico after 4 years, and a week later, they're burning down my shopping center. I don't know how someone can plan the perfect exit out of a place where it just hits a conflict, but shout out to More Light. Oh my God, God bless him. So hopefully, More Light is marked safe. He got out of there. Anyone else who is currently there, please, woo! I mean, that was a bullet dodged right there. Only a ticker Bitcoin holder is able to have that type of instinct and intuition. And the whole point of what I'm trying to get to here is that if we can tune into a frequency that relies on the instinct and intuition whilst tuning in like a radio station to the God Akashic record and the knowledge and all of that stuff that we know exists out there, we can not get distracted by what is the cloud of obfuscation, planned, orchestrated chaos that people are profiting from. All this is being connected, and I made an image. I was like, how can we connect all of this together? The Mexican cartels aren't the center, but it's part of a web. So if you think about it, any cartels are mostly getting funded by what? Outside sources. They have to be funded by governments. They're funded by the CIA. They're funded by the FBI. It's been proven. It's been money trailed into, a lot of the times, guns, resources, drugs. All of that stuff is funneled to the cartels, because then that is the way that it can be distributed illegally through an entire area using the gangs, the cartels, the cells, because that's how they operate. They operate in cells. Okay? So if you think about it, the U.S. drug demand is basically fully being operated through the border. And why the borders were wide open, so the Mexican cartels were able to funnel people, drugs, all of this stuff, and trafficked through our borders all through the Biden administration. So then it caused a massive problem here. Then you have the U.S. agencies like the FBI, the DEA, CIA, all connected in this as well. Then you have money laundering networks that are connected to this. And then you have the supposed okay, so this is where I was like, okay, people are wondering why these cartel members have such advanced weaponry right now. Like the weaponry that these cartel members or these like cells have is insane. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, they're probably getting funded by either these different intelligence organizations in different countries, and then that's how they're able to have such control. And it reminds me of the Bush administration, all during the time where Osama bin Laden with the Taliban, and I can't remember exactly the name specifically of Osama, the Pacific group that was in Afghanistan that was funded by our military. Like we gave them weapons, we gave them all this stuff. And it just seems like that's what we do, or at least the deep state. They fund both sides, and they confuse everyone. They fund both sides, and then they come in with the solution. Oh, we have to, and then so I don't know. So there's a lot of webs. There's a lot of connections going on here. So obviously the reason why they're having this type of support is because they're getting funded from the war machine, from the puppeteers. So this is why my thumbnail is basically presenting to you guys a psyop within a psyop within a psyop. Like we are being psyoped on multiple levels, because once you feel like you got it here, then there's another one on top of it that's just like, what? Because at first we thought, okay, Trump's gonna be like, this is why they are putting multiple psyops on us. They have the Trump assassination attempt. Seemed kind of like, now that I think about it, I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, that now when you think about it, it's totally fake. The people dying is not fake. That's freaking real. They did that. It's been proven that every time they do this crap, they always have 7 different shooters. They got 7 people all around. You don't know who's did. And then there's one guy that's the distractor in the front. Like somehow he's like, oh, it was me. And then all the while, a whole like system that is triggered, boom, it is in something. And then you think that a person, I don't care how tough you are, if you got almost shot in the head, you're not going to get up and be like a movie, fight. I think bullshit. I think that was fake. I think that was planned. And it brought up this morale, this whole thing. And I don't know, it's starting to smell a little fishy to me. So, but what's the answer to all of this stupid shit? What's the answer? We got VCs dumping on our heads. We got all of this manipulating insider crap, like this stupid crap. Let me show you this insider BS crap. Where's the bookmark? This, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. They're trying to blue pill you with this stupid crap. They want to make you think that they didn't profit off of this. How are these people getting hacked? How are they having this terrible security measures? We haven't been hacked once. We haven't been phished, hacked. I mean, we have better security measures than these stupid idiots that have billions of dollars, and somehow they get hacked. It's like a Binance post. This sounds like a CZ Binance post. It's ridiculous. I'm not buying it, and I'm not falling for it. Like, this whole World Liberty Financial thing is a massive scam, and it's pay for play with Binance and CZ, and it's a bunch of bullshit. And so don't trust these people, don't trust these protocols. Most of them have went to zero. And they dumped on your head right in the beginning. And so they were even willing to freeze Justin Sun's $500 million investment. Like, because he probably was like not going by their exact rules. That's not DeFi. That's not DeFi at all. DeFi is not like, oh yeah, let me lock your funds. That's not what that is. So it goes against the whole, like, it's funny. The Trump brothers will go on TV and say, well, our family was debanked. And, you know, it's just the antiquated banking system. And they really blah, blah, blah. They, you know, and we had to create our own protocol so then we could scam people in a way that we could get the insider information first. And then we can just pump our own bags. You know, it has nothing to do with the American people having freedom of banking. It was all about their selfish reasons of, oh, well, we were debanked. So we had no choice but to go and now and scam people in the cryptocurrency markets. Fuckers, like, get out of here. So here's the deal. We're going back to basics, and we're going back to mainnet, and we're going back to the damn basics. And guess what? It's called DeFi. Called DeFi. That's what crypto is all about. Like, you know, all this will talk about like, oh, the CBDCs, or, oh, we're not going to be able to have private transactions. And that's bullshit. There's like 17 different like ZK, EVM, zero knowledge proof things that you can use right now. And you could just be doing DeFi, but they don't tell you that. They just want you to think, oh yeah, you have to use these exchanges like Coinbase and all this stuff. And it's like, no, you don't have to at all. You don't have to at all. It's the whole point of the Matrix is participation. They want you to participate in their game when they want to blue pill you and think that you can't just create one yourself. I had a big realization last night. I went and did psychology and psychiatry and therapy on myself last night. And it was really a massive breakthrough where you can sometimes really, if you go deep inside, you can realize why certain things are happening in your life and why certain people are in your life. And sometimes those people are fucking annoying. They're annoying. And you're just like, why? Why? But they're there for a reason, to teach you something about yourself and why you might be doing the things you're doing. And it's good. It's good. But it's really annoying. But it is part of the Matrix, it's part of the hero's journey. It's part of getting closer to your higher self, which is the whole answer to all your problems, is to go super deep into yourself and realize that, oh, like, there is a reason why this is happening. And what I found out is that I had been too afraid to be the person that is the middleman, actually being the person that creates the company or sources the work. And I've always let other people do that, and I've worked for them. And I've always had that over my head. And what that is the whole thing of the Matrix, and the system wants you to give up and just let other people do that. And then you are just the pawn that does the peon work while they're getting the fucking contract and the big money, and they give you a small little chunk, little piece of money while they're taking the whole damn thing. This is happening everywhere. until you change it and you become the one getting the contract. Damn it. That's it. So you have to break the fear, you have to break the cycle, you have to make the leap, you have to say, no, I can do that, I'm getting the contract. I'm setting the boundary, I'm setting the price. You are not going to give me the bottom of the barrel. And that, my friends, is exactly what the system does to you. To make you think in that framework, to keep you small and to keep you operating in a small-minded mentality to not progress. And I thought to myself, the only reason why I would be experiencing anything which is not a forward growth, whether it be in cryptocurrency, money, business, contracts, whatever it may be, is that I put myself I didn't invest in myself. So that's my biggest advice to you guys who are watching right now, is if you don't start investing in yourself, it's over. You will be steamrolled by everyone else's shit, and you'll be part of their agenda. Sorry for getting intense, but this is what I have been have a massive breakthrough, and I think a lot of stuff is going to change. And it will. And in a good way. If you can't relate to that or can't find any type of wisdom or it with what I'm saying or like kind of feel what I'm saying, then you are not alive. You are an NPC. Put a 1 in the chat or W's or something. I feel like I'm like, what is happening? All right. So let's get into the Bitcoin price. Right now, it's very fascinating to see that as everything took a plunge, we've had things like Zeus again go up as things are going down. So I've been trying to focus on what coins are going up while the rest of the market gets cooked. So I saw that it's Zeus, the Pepe BTC ratio chart, interesting enough, Polygon, Pole token, and it was XRP. So I saw XRP had a nice little pump this morning. When everything was down, we had XRP up pretty well. So I don't know. I would just keep XRP, Pepe, Polygon, and this Zeus protocol that's on Solana on your radar. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just saying these are the coins that had shown strength during just like massive carnage, liquidation, sell-offs, and all that stuff. I think that's the juice. Like, if anything, you just want to see in your list what has done well. Yeah, I know, Ozzy. I know. Like, I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I know. I felt really tired the other day. I think this is true. I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you are feeling tired, but you're like, I've been working a lot, but it's because you're emotionally tired. You are emotionally tired. You're physically tired. You're like, aura, your soul or whatever, like your non-physical body is probably going through some things as well. And I've been noticing that too. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I'm having more awareness. I'm having more awareness of where I could do better and all that stuff. And I think I can feel it physically and also non-physically. And I think if you're feeling that same way, you can tune into it because it's like a frequency. And if we can get through it, then I think when we get past it, we're going to get to the next level. Like we're upgrading. Yeah. We're receiving upgrades. Yeah. And I think this is the big kicker. This is why they shadow ban my ass, because I'm telling you the truth. They don't like the truth. The truth is that the reason why they're doing this to us right now and all the stuff, the world, all the things, why they're freaking shoving fear down our throats is because they know we're powerful. They know we can beat them. They know if we all woke up at the same time and we all knew and felt these upgrades and we can all literally go like this, like Super Saiyan mode, they are finished. They're done. They're over. It's over, done. Checkmate. We checkmated them. Okay? That's it. And they don't want you to know that. They want you to freaking get propagandized, turn you into a soldier for left or right instead of turning you inward and finding the truth. That's the sauce. You want to know why this channel's banned? Because I talk about crypto and then I talk about that, and I've done it for years. It hasn't changed, and I'm never going to change. So it's as simple as that. There's no what's the secret? That's the secret. It's written on the walls now. We are powerful. They know this. Once we figure it out, it's over for them. I think a chart that we really do need to pay attention to, though, is Pepe BTC. Pepe BTC is insane. And then also another chart that makes me, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me a little worried. I am a little worried because, I mean, unless like the exchanges come in again and just start buying like a lot of specific coins, like I don't see all 24,000 people right now that hold ticker Bitcoin like jumping in to quote buy this dip. They're selling. They're like, people are selling their coins right now at 19 million. Like, I'm not selling. I know how to retain. I know how to retain to the point of like round tripping. Okay. You know, I want to have that story of the SHIB story or the Doge story or even the Pepe story. And I could have been part of one of the ticker Bitcoin stories in all of these points, which is funny enough, ironically, at the bottom right now. This is what makes meme coin trading, or not meme coin trading, meme coin investing, because if you are past a year, 2 year, 3 year point of holding something, you're an investor. If you've traded and timed the tops and bottoms and all that stuff, then you've become a meme coin trader. But past a point, now you're an investor because you're going for the long haul. You're going for the macro hit. You're going for that macro hit. Okay, so yeah, but that's it. Yeah, no, but we've always pointed out that fact because we do like Pepe. There is something about how it did get picked. It's got the contract lore. I like the 69 contract lore. It works perfect. The supply was also lore. It's 420. There's a lot of good lore in the contract. So if anything, the lore and the contract lore beats any other Pepe that was before it. So maybe that's why it got picked. I don't know. Maybe the Pepe deployer and the people that are the insiders for Pepe are insiders themselves and just know stuff. That's also a possibility. You know, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I have my suspicions with the Wojak deployer. I think it's Pepe's. I think it's the same dudes. I think it's the same people. I mean, just my theory. But my point is that it's like, it's tough. It's tough because everything has gotten cooked. Most things have been getting cooked. And then you have things that make no sense. You're just like, how is this getting so much trading volume? Is it just being botted? Like, what is what's the reason for certain specific coins, like on Solana, getting up to like $1 billion? And you're like, no one even really knows what this is. Like, how is it even getting this much trading volume? And then you're like, oh, it's because you can just like bot the crap out of, you can have all these different wallets like simulating trading volume, and then it could just be used as a complete wash. In that, that's what's weird though, is like people can in that coin make money unsuspecting to them that's what it is. And this could be with any coin. Any coin. Ticker Bitcoin is not immune to this particular thing. But because there has been a, quote, at least level of trust and transparency to a certain extent, you know, for as much as what you can talk about. I mean, it's not like every single freaking financial like thing has to reveal every single thing that they've been doing. It's like putting your board meetings on live stream. It's like, it's probably not going to happen. So that's being naive to think that, you know, everything needs to be put on live stream or everyone needs to know what you're doing. That's stupid. So, because that's not happening in anything that you've ever been involved with ever, you know? So like, you don't ever know everything. You don't ever know everything unless you're at the very tip top, right? So that's when it comes to trust. And then you're like, I don't trust anyone. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. It's good to have a level of like suspicion. But with anything that you're investing in, this is what is all part of the psychology of where you're putting your money, because it all is based on your intuition and instinct of trust in said thing or the people behind it. This is why people have attributed Bitcoin to being like, hey, yes, there's Bitcoin developers, and there was this Satoshi Nakamoto who could be a one person or team of people, but they disappeared. They've never revealed themselves. And it seems like that Satoshi wallet will never be moved. It only has been getting deposits because someone recently sent money to it, probably on accident. But it seems like that treasure chest is locked. But at this point, yeah, people could say, man, in a year or 2 years, I wish I had bought more ticker Bitcoin or Pepe or MOG or SPX 6900, whatever community coin you like, Wojak, it could be MPC, you could like Mapu, you could be a part of any of these communities. That I do think when ETH eventually gets to its breakout 10K point, that all of these coins that are denominated and paired in ETH through the network effect naturally will do hundreds of percents. It's happened 2 times. Probably going to happen a 3rd time. If it's happened more than once, it's just, what is it? What is it? The law? I don't know. What's the law? What's that law or principle? It's like, there's just too high of a probability of it doing it a third time than it not doing it at all again. It just makes no sense. So this is why when it does get to points like this, you have to become a massive like believer in your intuition and instinct, and you have to just ignore the noise because it gets really difficult. This is where it comes into the it's really almost kind of like it's like a philosophy. Like you have to really, it is such mind games because there's so many different angles you can take in crypto. You can try and trade. You can try and just do DeFi farming. You could just be trying to just do spot topping, trying to time tops, bottoms, sell, just at resistance, buying at support. You could just be literally just a DCA, or you're just buying on the dips and you don't even sell. You're just like, it's like your retirement fund, almost like how you would if you were investing in a 401k. I mean, that's how 401ks compound, is just like, it just buys at every single point of when you have a paycheck. And so in that, it eliminates you even looking at a chart, and then you all of a sudden in, 10 years or however long, 6 years, you've got $20,000 in your account. And you're like, what? And so funny, I'll tell you the truth. Me being a ADHD jumping all over the place, instead of having that strategy, because I think that's just kind of how I was in coming into my first crypto journey, was like, I was just testing everything. Instead of just having that kind of like retirement 401k mentality, you kind of bring the traditional methods into the new money game, and it kind of works the same. So my wife's 401k outperformed my crypto ADHD. My wife's 401k outperformed my crypto ADHD. I made like 2x, 3x, like in accounts on paper, but like realized gains, I got destroyed. Not good. Now that's something that'll make you feel a little discouraged as a crypto person. Like, and I had to look. I said, you know what? I just got to look. I just need to do it. And then like I looked at my wife's thing, and I was like, okay. Said, okay. Do better. What am I going to do? Quit? No. Make it all back. You just make it all back. All right, so here's the point. All meme coins are in the shit. They're in the garbage can. It's a massive dumpster fire for meme coins. I don't care what your favorite meme coin is. It's in the trash. So you either become a massive believer and you think that it can recover from the bottom, because I mean, hey, it kind of did. Everything kind of got a little bit of a relief rally here, and from this bottom in April last year, we went up 684%. Okay, so even in the trench, where we just now are even lower in the trench, we're basically going to the lows, or we're at the lows of July 2023. Okay, July 2023, we are now sitting at those prices. Now the difference is that I think at this point you would have to tell me more, Light. You probably know more, or anyone that's watching that knows the like liquidity history of ticker Bitcoin. Now, right now we have 1.1 million in liquidity. Now there's liquidity pools set up on Base. There's one on Barachain. There's one on Solana. And there is that it? I think that's it. So there's some liquidity spread around. But I'm curious is what was the liquidity here? And was it less or more? Right here? Because from this bottom, now this is the one that, well, it's okay. Because I can't go by any other support. We already went past the last support. So if you think about it, we bounced from this previous support. So the last bounce from last year in April was from this one. And it went up about halfway and it hit resistance, which matched resistance from December 2023, pretty close right there. And that was the downtrend. Okay. Now we are sitting here at this support level, which would bring us actually to 7 million. So we're at 18 million. Okay. So I think if people have, if there's ticker Bitcoin holders, and here I'm using ticker Bitcoin as an example because then now you can do this with any coin now, because if Bitcoin is going to continue to go down and ETH can hit 1400 and Bitcoin goes to 50K, which was kind of our initial super bearish target. I was like, our worst case scenario bearish target would be Bitcoin goes to 50K, and that matches pretty dead on with the real 200 SMA, hitting that's like the final capitulation. And so if that's the case, then yes, just be prepared for ticker Bitcoin to go to $10 million. I mean, because look, whoever's holding massive supply, that's not either the devs or, because look, they're saying, hey, we're not selling, we can't sell. Why would we sell? We make money from the ETH, generating the fees from the liquidity pool. So if that's the case, then that's the case. So then, no incentive to sell or dump the chart because they're making money from the fees, which makes sense. That's what most developers or people who are running a project are generating fees from the liquidity pool. So if they hold more of a massive balance, but then also paired with ETH in the liquidity pool, they just make, money off the transactions. So it's just like buying or selling, they can just park it and just sit it. And hopefully with no ratioed slippage where they have some impermanent loss, but that's kind of what can happen. So it's a little tricky here, it's a little tricky. But here's what can happen. There could be people that bought a bunch, who knows? I mean, at this point, it's at the freaking bottom. I mean, people that are selling right now are selling what are you even selling? How are you what are you even selling? Where did you even buy? Where did you even buy that you're selling ticker Bitcoin at a cent? That's what I'm like, what? Why are you selling right now? I haven't even thought of even for a second of selling any of I bought at my average cost basis is at 4 cents, 6 cents. Why would I sell? So the people that are selling right now, this wallet, it's like they're just going right into Cal Pro. Look, and they're using Cal Protocol 23 minutes ago, and they're and yeah, they're just bonking the selling right now. And then this wallet, what, they got this snowy owl, listen to this stupid shit. So yeah, I don't know. So it's at this point, selling's got to get exhausted unless it's going to freaking zero, complete zero, and it never recovers. And Voldemort won. But if it's the coin who lived, then from this bottom support, we'll just pump back up to $180 million or $200 million up to these points where we've done it before, right here. You can hear the cope in my voice. You can just hear it. This is the funniest cope section of a live stream you've ever seen in your life. But I'm telling you the truth, because this is what any holder of any coin will do, and this is what we do with Bitcoin. We do it with Bitcoin every day. All the Bitcoin holders, that's what they do. We're just coping with the fact that, you know, instead of being at 250,000 from 126, we're at 60,000. You know, it's pretty depressing. And alts and now Pokemon cards have now done better than the entire altcoin space. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So it's okay. But welcome, everyone. Welcome all the people who are watching. We're going to have to end it here. We're going to end it in just a couple minutes. But yeah, guys, if you want to do like some Q&A, let's go. Ask me anything. We're just going to, let's get into it. What do you think about the cartel getting mogged and then now causing massive chaos? Because anytime that happens, it's not just one leader. There's always going to be under leaders, there's like successors, there's people that were in line to quote take them out or were planned to transfer power. But yeah, so there's probably just such a deep web of things that are happening. You got to remember, it is all connected. You know, they want to make us think that it's not, and things just like happen. Things don't just happen. Things don't just happen. Okay? If Jesus taught you anything, things don't just happen. Nothing is a coincidence, damn it. Okay? We should have learned this by now. You know, it's funny that you get to a point where they've distracted you enough that you think things just happen. And you're like, oh, but no, things don't just happen. Well, I'll tell you what, I think who the people want to give Trump a hard time, but I tell you what, his two snaky little sons, like Eric and Donnie Jr., I don't like them. I just don't like them. Like, it's like, if you were going to be really, truly for America and for the people, you would like let us in on your stuff, but you're not. You're just doing it for your own benefit. And you're not even letting us as the American people be the insiders. That's what's hilarious. It's like you speak about liberty, freedom, and wanting to be in crypto, but then you don't want to like actually, like, why haven't you invested in a fund to teach kids in school about crypto or how to self-custody stuff? Are you doing that? I don't know. All I see is you benefiting your own companies. You get the insider information, and you're just kind of leaving the American people, like the actual people that need to learn about it, right? I don't like them. They're rich, entitled people that it was a little too easy for them. So they don't understand how it's a lot harder for people in the trench, okay? And then still those people become successful and are way nicer around into the people that then like know where they came from. They realize where they came from, and they were like, you know what? I'm not going to gatekeep information from my community, from the people. Because if I learned something and it helped me progress, I want you to know about it. And that's the thing that's pissed me off about the whole cycle of power and and how people are supposed to, like, the older generation, like, kind of sometimes I feel like some of them like lost the plot when it comes to teaching the younger generation like what they learned. And it's almost like a lot of rich people and people that got somewhere, they got like real stingy, and they're like, no, like I got here and I had to fight for it and I had to learn all this stuff. I'm not gonna tell you shit. And that's kind of how I've literally felt. Like I've experienced this from certain people where it's almost like they're like, no, I'm not gonna let you in on the secret. I think that's a load of bull. It's a load of malarkey. And so here's my goal and my mission. You want to know what my agenda is? Is anything I know that is juice. The damn, you know what I'm talking about, that golden, that nugget. Dip it in the sauce. You know what I'm talking about, like that, where you're like, I want you to know about it. And I want you to use it. And I want you to test it. I want you to run it home. Because why? Why would I gatekeep stuff? It's stupid. I think it's crap. That pisses me off. I don't like it. And I've felt it from certain people. And I'm like, what do you have to lose? Like, what are you afraid I'm gonna take you out? Are you afraid I'm gonna get more powerful than you or something? Are you that selfish? I'm spitting some fire today. Spitting some damn fire today. Better watch out, because I'm coming at you with some knowledge today. I had a massive breakthrough yesterday. Woo! Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I am tired of winning. I am very much tired of winning. No, I just think like it was really funny. It was like we all got kind of duped a little bit. Like it was almost like such a perfect setup, like rally us to become like, like, oh, like let's rally. And then we become one issued voters. Like let's get Trump in office for the crypto. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really, it kind of worked out, but not really for us. Because then you would have thought, no, oh man, surely they'll just pump the crap out of the Trump coin. Surely they'll give more incentive than just a massive dinner for people who hold over $100,000 worth of the token. Now, guys, I didn't know if you knew, but there is a black Uno. I was like, this can't be real. I was like, there's no way. They probably hid it from my timeline because they probably like think I'm being racist or something, which I'm not. I said, what I wanted to point out is the fact they made a black Uno is racist. That is racist. I was like, when was Uno white? I was like, what is that? I was like, dead ass. They made a black Uno. I was like, what is going on? And then to top it off, yeah, look, is black Uno better than regular Uno? You can't. That is so funny. I showed this to my black friend, and he just shook his head. He was like, so there you go. There's the like, you want to know how black people actually feel? Just go ask them. How do you feel about being exploited on a daily basis and being called like you're stupid? It's like, yeah, I'd be pretty pissed off too. I'd be like, the damn, I mean, like, that's what's racist is these damn white people like Gavin Newsom basically telling an entire crowd of black people that they're stupid. I'd be enraged. I was like, oh my God. I don't know if you've seen that recently, but I was like, geez, this dude can't get any stupider. These people go in and they'll literally just like gaslight people. And it's just like, it's so ridiculous. It was like, this is like, God. It's so bad. It's so bad. Where's the clip? Did I bookmark it? I hope I bookmarked it. So ridiculous. Yeah, here it is. He's like, I can't read. He's like, I'm trying to relate to you guys. I can't read.
And impress upon. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy. and I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in.
The fuck? I'm like you. I'm just like you. I can't read. Stoned Alabama, Bama, what's going on, dude? Do you see what I'm talking about? It's freaking, it's like, what in the hell, man? These people are racist. Oh my gosh. No, it's like, geez, these knuckleheads, man. They're so stupid. See, I was born in Mississippi, okay? And it's not Mississippi, it's Mississippi. By the way. World Liberty Financial got hacked. Yeah, you hacked your own protocol. You hacked your own protocol. 100%. You hacked your own damn protocol. I'm not buying this for a second. If you guys buy this shit, you're way too gullible. I don't believe it. You didn't get hacked. You wash traded your own stupid shit and you shorted your own crap because you know it's garbage. No one's going to use your World Liberty Financial Protocol. You know what I'm going to do? I'm making a commercial, and I'm still just going to get people to download MetaMask. Because it's just literally like if you haven't figured out MetaMask by now, you got to suffer. You got to see the glitches, and I want you to have a heart attack when your prices don't update. Where did all my coins go? It's okay. It's a new technology. It's there. I promise. Oh my God. All right, guys. I've had way too much fun. I could do this for hours. And I'm going to continue to do it every day. And if you want to join me, you can hit the like button. You can hit the subscribe button. You can drink 17 cups of coffee like I just did this morning. And you can be a part of the new money system. You can be a part of crypto. You can be a part of the coolest communities in the world. Okay? We will see you on the next one. Listen to this track. Let's go.
Everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is going to change. Everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. You may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. This feeling that you had that left you feeling sad. There's nothing you can have outside yourself to fix it, and that's the reason why sometimes we have to cry to let it all go. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. You may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. This may be hard to take, but some things we tend to hate is not a God mistake. Placed here to be corrected. Every player has a role to make this world a whole, not for us to control. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing that you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, you may have to dig deeper to find what will release you. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, you may have to dig deeper to find what will release you.